Good morning. Welcome back to GP Outdoors. Now you got to tell me honestly, that forest shot, it's definitely worthy of a Christmas card or a postcard. I should start sending pictures into Hallmark. Welcome back to GP Outdoors. We've got a beautiful day here today, and we got a little more snow last night. As you can probably see on the tree branches, it's wet, heavy snow. We had some snow, it was warm temperatures, and of course that snow was kind of followed by a little bit of rain. We got wet snow, then we got a deep freeze. And that's why all of those trees that you see around me are all bent over, because it's pretty heavy. And hey, if the forecast is right, we've got negative 25 degrees Celsius coming tonight in the morning, which means this wet, heavy snow is going to end up turning into really rock hard ice. It's going to make it a little difficult to get out. So it was time to mount up the blower. We're going to need both the blower and the blade today. It's going to be a nice day though. Hope you'll enjoy the ride. Stick around, the forest is gorgeous today. Cheers. It's really been wonderful to see all of the new subscriber growth on the channel lately, and a lot of those new subscribers are brand new tractor owners or first-time tractor owners, or are in the process of considering whether or not they want to make the investment in a tractor for their properties. And I get a lot of questions in the comment sections on the videos from those folks asking various different questions about, how I came to the determination or why I got to the point where I decided to make the investment in a tractor. Because as you folks know, even these subcompacts and compacts, they're not cheap. It is an investment. So although there's a lot of different things to consider as pertains to your property, what you want to do, your future plans, one of the big considerations for me was financial. And that financial decision was primarily based upon two main factors, among others. But the two main ones were, one, the type of projects and the things that I needed to do to improve the property or do a lot of different projects on the property, which in the absence of a tractor, I would have to pay somebody to come in and do for me, as I've done in the past. And that can get pretty pricey when you're up here in the rurals or you're out in a very rural or remote area. And the second, which is really the main financial consideration for me, was the cost of the driveway. As you folks know, that driveway is almost a full mile in length from the concession road down here to the cabin, as well as the fact that I have a parking area here. The driveway has no base or foundation. It's basically just a path that was cut through the forest probably 20, 30, 40 years ago. And over the years, it's just had gravel or dirt thrown on it ad hoc to try to maintain it and to stop it from getting too muddy or too deep. So pretty much every year or every second year, I end up having to pay somebody to come in and grade that driveway. I need to pay for aggregate. But more importantly, and the biggest cost with that driveway, is the cost of clearing the snow in the wintertime. If you've ever paid anybody to plow your driveway out in the winter, think about what that cost would be if your driveway was 1.3 kilometers long, or almost a mile, plus you had a parking area, and they're trying to clear it through a forest. It's a lot of money every year. And when you take a look at that money and you take a look at the cost of a tractor, which generally speaking should last me the rest of my life, or at least for a good 20 years plus, if I maintain it properly, there was just a very large financial benefit to me over time to buy the tractor and do it myself. The second thing you got to remember up here is when you've got a driveway that long and you get a snowstorm in here, you usually end up being the very last one that they end up plowing out after a storm. And the reason for that is because they've got a lot of customers. And up here, there are not a lot of guys, believe it or not, that are plowing driveways. So many times over the years, I've tried to go home, woke up in the morning to 1 or 2 feet of snow, and I've been stranded here and stuck at the cabin for 2 or 3 more days, waiting for somebody to get through that forest to plow me out. Not anymore. Now I plow it when I want. I'm able to do the projects on my property when I want. I don't pay anybody to grade my driveway anymore. I still pay for the aggregate, but I get it dumped off in a truck. I pay dump truck rates for 7 yards or whatever I order, and I do all the grading myself. For me, I should have done this 10 years ago, and I'm glad I've done it now. just want to take a quick breakout for you folks that are following the saga of the V-hook H-pattern chains. As you can see today, and I'll try to put it on screen when I'm doing it, I'm trying different gears, I'm trying two-wheel drive, and I've had to use differential lock on one of these inclines. I've been pulling the blade at the same time I'm using the blower for part of it. Sometimes I'm only using the blower because I'm trying to see how the chains work on their own before I try to engage four-wheel assist or four-wheel drive, and before I start hitting the big hills. So far, of course, great on flat or slight inclines, and of course going downhill not a problem. Blowing snow and dragging the blade behind me at the same time with just two-wheel drive in the chains. They're digging in great. I start to get to inclines, and if I'm dragging the blade at the same time I'm snow blowing, it's starting to get tough getting up those inclines. So I actually had to use differential lock in the last one. As soon as I put the diff lock on though, went right up. But then again, not a huge incline, just, you know, one of the many undulations in the driveway. So stick around. We're going to keep heading down the driveway. We're going to try out different combinations. Cheers. Wow, it is so pretty out here. I hope you enjoyed the view today, if nothing else. It wasn't a lot of snow to blow, but I did want to get out, trim off what I could before the temperature drops later on tonight. And I was able to give these chains another couple of tests. Probably noticed I used differential lock twice. Hopefully I was able to capture it for you on the screen. Still have not put it in four-wheel drive. I did notice though that as I'm going around corners, if I slow the tractor down, I'm able to take the corner even though I'm not in four-wheel drive. If I'm going too fast or I'm full throttle and medium, going around a corner, she just slides out. I guess with the weight of the snowblower, same kind of thing happens to me the last 2 winters when I am using four-wheel drive. Now the real nice surprise for me today was for the first time in 3 winters, I was able to push that snowblower up the steep hill. Granted, we've only got a couple inches of snow, as I said, but even in the past, with little snow or a lot of snow, I can never use that snowblower going up the incline, as well as 2 smaller hills that we just went through on the windy part of this driveway. But today, I lifted the blade, so I didn't use the blade at the same time, just the snowblower, and I was able to get up that steep hill and those 2 smaller hills with just the chains and 2-wheel drive. I'm pretty impressed, and I'm very happy. So I'm going to wrap it up today with you folks. Thanks so much for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed the views. I'm going to head up the driveway and just finish the last little bit out to the concession road. I'm going to head in and get warm. If you like the channel, please click subscribe, hit the like button, and if you want to know when I'm posting videos, just click that little bell. Have a wonderful holiday week with your families, and I'll see you again in the next one. Cheers.